What is up? I am back with a follow-up video on the Iron Label Voyager. Okay, this one gets 4 out of 5 hell yes from me, and we'll talk about that. So initially it was disclosed, buying a guitar used over the internet, you don't really get a chance to play the guitar before you buy it. Kind of scary, but that's how this one happened. And yeah, so this was disclosed down here. I'm just bringing you up to speed on the update. And I knew about this over here. However, I didn't realize the entire fretboard from here all the way to here. Okay, so that's the 11th fret all the way up, cracked completely in half. Yeah, that's a problem. And in this video, I'm going to go over how to fix that, okay? Because if you get a really sick James Hetfield signature guitar and it's cracked in half, like, are you going to want to bring that back? You're going to want to fix that. Because I fixed it. And here it is. And it rips. Just turn that up a little bit. So yeah, Iron Label, never really heard of them. I know what I'm looking at though when I saw this thing, and not sponsored, but I like buying used guitars through Guitar Center, and that's because they give you 45 days to try it out, and you can get your money back. So initially, I knew about the damage over here, and I could have gotten my full money back. I did contact Guitar Center and they did give me a partial rebate, which I thought was very cool. Thank you, Guitar Center. So yeah, guitar fretboard cracked completely in half. And I noticed that the fretboard itself was very dry. So what you're gonna need for that is some lemon oil. I'm gonna have links for everything. I'm gonna have Amazon links below. Check that stuff out. The other thing is that the initial bridge was missing some parts, and I also was looking at it, and I'm not really a fan of that particular model. So what I did was I ordered a Godot, and I had this just laying around. I'll have a link for this below too, if you're looking for like good parts. Definitely recommend using better materials for your bridge, okay? Not like a softer metal. You're gonna want like steel. And for this particular scale, this is like Les Paul scale, so this is like 25 or 24 1/4. I like to use these 11 to 56. One other thing to note, since we're in the update, guitar is lower now, okay? Guy in the wall, guitar's lower. Current tone is a Randall Thrasher. Let's get into how to fix this. So I'm going to stop blabbing and get into that part. Thank you. Okay, welcome back to part 2 of Ryan's excellent YouTube abilities. So I forgot to film the part where I actually fix the cracked fretboard. I showed the pictures, so you saw the damage. And you can clearly see it's sealed now. So the whole point is that it works. Obviously it's a guitar. Alright, so I can still do bends. Alright, well, I'll admit the action isn't perfect. That's a setup thing, that's not the repair. But you can see that it's all sealed and it shouldn't crack any further. It's not also the best job because it's my guitar and I just wanted to get it playable before, really to make sure that it works before I even like make a video on it or anything. And I'm happy to report that it works. So what did I do? All you have to do is get some, and I have links for this, get some super glue and some steel wool. Now, not any super glue and not any steel wool. Well, I used regular super glue. I have a lot more cleanup because of that. And in the link below, there is 2 types of super glue. The thin super glue, that's the one that you want, and that one runs a little bit better, so when you need to fill the cracks, it seeps into there, rather where like the thicker normal super glue kind of just sits on top and you kind of have to just like smush it in there, right? So what I did was I got some super glue over the edges there, and then I took a razor blade and I scraped it across. Okay, that just flattens it out. Then you obviously got to let that dry overnight. Once everything's dry, you take some steel wool. What you want to use is the finest steel wool. Alright, I have a link below. Should be 4 zeros on there. Don't use anything that doesn't have 4 zeros on it. Okay? You don't want to be scratching up your fretboard. With the steel wool, again, really light. It shouldn't really do much damage because the super glue is already on there and you're just trying to get that off. Now, I scraped all of this up and you can see that there's still some super glue there. I can definitely get more of this up in the future. I really just wanted to test it out, put some strings on it and actually hear it. It's working great. So I can also do vibrato right over those areas. Alright, when it was cracked, I couldn't do that. So, and on top of that, changes in humidity, everything's just gonna make that break even further. Now, initially I think what happened was the fretboard was dry, and in shipping, or maybe even when I took this hit over here, that might have caused this to also happen. You know, I might have taken a fall or something. Definitely looks like that. But happy to report the guitar works great, and I don't really care about the damage as long as I can play it and it doesn't affect the performance. So far it hasn't. The EMGs sound really good too. I'm liking that. And yeah, so that's really all you have to do with this. With the lighter super glue, I didn't try that one, but I have a feeling that one will work better. I did also read about that working better. It just makes more sense. You want a thinner super glue. It's going to be a little bit more runny. It's going to fall into the crack even further. That's going to seal it even better. So yeah, hope that helps. And this was another endeavor. I don't know. I didn't think of a closing, so I'm just going to say good night. Good night.